Welcome to Electronic Medium, Life is Paranormal. I am Judy, and on this channel we research the afterlife using today's technology. Today we're going to talk about a missing persons case. A missing girl, her name is Jennifer Kesse. She's missing from Orlando, Florida, and has been missing for 14 years. Her parents are super concerned. Her parents have been a driving force behind trying to find her. They are relentless. They even sued the police department, and we're going to get into that. I did do a Psb7 session asking the spirit realm about Jennifer Kesse, and I have not reviewed that audio yet, but we're going to go over this information and some clues first. So I'm going to put a picture of Jennifer Kesse here. Jennifer disappeared January 23rd, 2006. Apparently, she had just got home from a vacation with her boyfriend. They went to St. Croix in the Virgin Islands and apparently had a great time. Her and her boyfriend, Rob Allen, did not live together. He, in fact, lived hours away. She did stay the night at his house on January 22nd. That was a Sunday. She got up Monday morning super early, drove to her work, which was about 2 to 3 miles away from where she lived in Orlando, Florida. It looks like from the reports, Jennifer left to work around 6, spoke to her dad on the phone around 6:15 that night, and also spoke to Rob Allen, her boyfriend, on the phone around 10 p.m. It is believed in the morning she gets up to go to work, she gets ready, she leaves her apartment, her condo, with her purse, her keys, and should at this time be heading to work. Her work begins to get a little suspicious that she hasn't showed up. It's getting late. They couldn't get a hold of her, so they called her dad. Of course, immediately everyone begins to get super worried. Her parents decide to drive hours to go to her condo with her brother. Jennifer's 21-year-old brother Logan had stayed in the condo while she was on vacation. He had a friend or two there. One of them left their cell phone behind. They had talked to Jennifer about it. Jennifer said she was going to mail it to them, and it wasn't a problem. The family noticed that there was no forced entry into the unit. They noticed that it looked like she had gotten ready for work. There was a wet towel. There was clothes on the bed. You know how us girls do, laying out clothes to get ready. Her vehicle was not in the parking spot. Her purse was not there. Her keys were not there. At the time of Jennifer's disappearance, she was 5'8", 125 pounds. She had just purchased her condo there in Florida at the Mosaic at the Millennium. When Jennifer lived there, this condo complex was still under construction. There was a lot of activity going on with construction people and painters and plumbers and all trades working on these buildings. I did find a source that said that Rob Allen, her boyfriend, said that they did have a little bit of a disagreement the night before she disappeared. She was wanting to be sure that he was committed to her, and she was probably in love with him and just wanted reassurance that they had a future together. He said it was no big deal. So I'm going to show you a map here of the distance between Jennifer's condo and her work, where she would have been headed, only a few miles away. I'll show you that now. So Jennifer's parents, Joyce and Drew, are super concerned about all this going on. They immediately made up flyers and plastered them everywhere. Rob and his mother did drive down to Orlando from Fort Lauderdale when they heard the news that she was missing. Jennifer's father, Drew, seems to really like Rob and said, you know, he'll always be part of the family. Rob, her boyfriend, has since gotten married and has 2 children. So back to the construction in the condo complex. Some of the workers were allowed to stay in empty units. Whether that was a rumor or they actually were able to stay in empty units, I don't know that for a fact. Jennifer had mentioned before to her family and that she didn't like the cat calls and the hoots and hollers that she got from these construction workers, and they made her uncomfortable. Her family said Jennifer was super cautious, keeping her keys in her hand and different things. She liked to be on the phone with someone when she walked to and from her car, especially if it was after dark. The family was getting a little concerned. There hadn't been any activity on her case in quite a while. They ended up suing the police department. in 2019. They were asking for all the files and any paperwork they had on Jennifer's case. They won the lawsuit, and law enforcement has agreed to turn over all the paperwork to them. As far as I know, they found that the paperwork filtered in slowly. I'm not even sure if they, to this day, have all the documents from the file. The family said there was a 7-year gap where not one thing was added to the file. For instance, something was found. On November 8th, 2019, there was apparently a witness that called in a tip. This witness called in a tip from 2006. The witness sounded like a female, and this woman said she saw something strange at Lake Fisher in Orange County. She said a man drove a pickup truck to the edge of the lake that Tuesday after she disappeared in 2006. He took out many 8-foot sections of rolled up carpet, dumped the carpet into the lake and watched it sink, looked around, got in his truck, and left. This was enough of a tip to create a stir in law enforcement, and law enforcement had some divers go out along with Drew, Jennifer's dad, and they looked in the lake, I believe more than once, with no results. I don't believe they even found the carpet rolls. After she purchased her condo, there was a period of time, you know how when you purchase a new home or you pay for a paint job, you can go around and use the blue touch-up paint and just mark spots that need to be touched up. She did have workers that were coming back in and out, fixing things like that, touching up the paint, but it is said that she felt like they would just make excuses to keep coming in to the apartment. She was super uncomfortable about it. To get from Jennifer's apartment to her car, she had to go through a hallway and down a stairwell. Back in 2006, there was not any video that was actually recording her parking spot itself. One of the men that kept coming in and out of her apartment to touch up paint, his name was Chino. This guy, a couple years later, went to jail for sexual assault. Jennifer's car was found 2 days later at an apartment complex not far from where she lived. The car was found at an apartment complex called Huntington at the Greens. I will show you a map of how far this apartment complex is away from her condo. There was video surveillance that captured a person that dropped off her car before 12 noon on the day she disappeared on the 23rd. Got out of her car and walked away from it. The video surveillance camera, however, couldn't capture this person's face. The person was walking behind a fence. Every step that he took, the fence post obstructed the view of his face. I will show you that picture here. The interesting thing about this is the scent dogs tracked the scent from Jennifer's car back to her condo complex. Chino was a worker at the complex, but he did pass a polygraph. So the family has a website. It's jenniferkesse.com. There's all sorts of interviews, Dr. Oz, 48 Hours, Oxygen Channel, many shows interviewing the parents and about Jennifer. So I just have to say one more thing before we get into the session. I do not consider myself psychic. I don't have visions. I can't see things. I don't see crime scenes. I don't see the location in my head or in visions of where a person's physical body is. I believe everyone has different abilities. Some people are true seers. Otherwise, I'm trying to get information only from what I record. The information that I record gives me clues. Think of it this way from their side too. If you were a spirit and you were buried in the middle of nowhere, how would you describe to someone where you were? You could maybe describe what's around you. Maybe say the name of a road if you know it. Maybe say the city or state or town or county if you're lucky to get it through. But I have come close a few times so far, and I can't stop trying. These families need closure, the victims need justice, and my soul feels like it has to help. That being said, let's listen. Okay, we're gonna try a spirit session asking for Jennifer Kesse. All I really know about her at this moment is that she disappeared 14 years ago. She was 24 years old. She disappeared from her condo on January 23rd, 2006. And so we are going to reach out to the spirit realm for more information. Those of you who don't know, I'm going to use the Psb7 Spirit Box. And it's just a scanning radio, AM, FM radio. But I do have it hooked up to some noise reduction and to my amplifier so we can hear it. So let's turn it on. Jennifer Kesse. I'm looking for Jennifer Kesse. Was Jennifer known to stay out all night and then go to work, or to go to parties? I don't know. Heard something about all night. Jennifer Kesse. My name is Judy. I'd like to try to find Jennifer today. Can my spirit guides, friends, strong spirits, please help me find Jennifer Kesse? Jennifer, please give me any details you can about your disappearance. Anything you would like us to know? Jennifer, are you far from your condo? Can you tell me if your physical body is far from your condo? Please tell me if you're still in Florida. Give me information about the situation that occurred, without any suspects. Okay, so I'm editing the video. I'm going to stop right there. I looked up a map. I heard Haven Park. I did find a Lock Haven Park that's only about 18 to 20 minutes away from her condo at the Mosaic, at the Millennium. It's about only 20 minutes away. Would have given her abductors plenty of time to get her up there, do whatever they did, dispose of her, and then come back and drop her car off before noon at the complex a mile away from her condo. All right, let's keep listening. I heard evil. Jennifer, can you say your name? Are you able to say Jennifer or Kesse? Or Florida? Okay, so now there's something about a key and something said about the apartment. Cancel work. So again, we hear a mention of a party. Let's keep listening. How many individuals were involved in your disappearance? Before I started recording, I thought I heard you say 3 people. Evil. Is that true?
Drive. Here.
Is there any messages that you have for your family? For your mom, dad, brother, friends, people at work? Anyone that you have a message for?
Stop.
Staff?
Stop.
Try to come through as clear as possible. Jennifer, you're loved and missed. You're not forgotten. My name is Judy. You can come into my sessions anytime. Your family would really love to get closure. I know you know that. What can we do? I feel like here Jennifer is telling her mom not to worry, that she wants her to get over it, but not in a mean way. She wants her to move on with her life. She says, I'm dirt, we're all home now, and it's not worth it. I can't come back anyway. But as a mother, I'm not a mother, but as a mother and child bond is very strong. I mean, how do you know as a mom if she's not being held somewhere? People are found 5-10 years later that have been held captive. So how can she just give up hope? I imagine she can't, for sure. Jennifer, I imagine you're not far from your condo. your physical body. Can you tell me how far away your physical body is right now from your condo? Spirits have said this to me before. My roommate, when he passed away, the first thing he said when I tried a spirit session with him is he looked down and, "Is that me?" I think they are sort of surprised. Okay, I'm gonna turn on a little reverb and see if that makes a difference. Keep talking, Jennifer, we hear you. Any of Jennifer's loved ones who have passed away, keep walking. Retail. I thought I heard you say 3 people were involved. Can you please verify that? Confirm. Was there more than one? It hurts. Jennifer, did they make you drive your own car? Did they get in the car with you? Or did they put you in their vehicle? Can you tell us what happened? Her body? Can you tell us if you were pulled into a vacant apartment? Did a vacant apartment have anything to do with it, or were you just taken right away from the complex? Can you tell us? already heard she's in dirt. Could it be that they didn't bury her very deep? Jennifer, do you know the names of the people involved in this? Can you tell us if they were workers at the condo complex? Any information at all, Jennifer? We sure do love you.
There.
Okay, 5 more minutes, Jennifer. Anything that you have to say?
Quick. One.
Jennifer, can you tell us if you are in water? Can you tell us if you're in a wooded area? Maybe you already did.
Me.
She's stuck. People? Whoa. You seen him? Can you tell me what you see around your physical body right now? What's around you? Can you see any landmarks that would be familiar to your family or to law enforcement in the area?
You're dead.
Jennifer, did someone named Chino have anything to do with it? Were they on the right track with Chino? Who is the person seen in the video surveillance that dropped off your car? Where can we find more clues, Jennifer? Should I try a dowsing rod session with you, honey? I could try a dowsing rod.
There.
That's a white van.
Go. You. No.
Target? It said target. I hear you, Jennifer. I think I'm going to try a dowsing rod session, if that's okay. Have you seen me try that before? I'll be asking you some questions, all right? All right, I'm going to turn the reverb, adjust the camera here for a second. I'm going to turn the reverb back off, back to just noise reduction. Okay, we're about to wrap it up, Jennifer. I will try a dowsing rod session. Tonight? Yeah, maybe. Right now I'm looking for anyone who was in law enforcement that has passed away, detectives or police officers that can help us out. If you were into the paranormal, if you were a paranormal investigator and also a police officer, please come through and try to help us. We would appreciate you. Anything you can tell us.
This path. Down on the
Jennifer, thank you for trying to reach out to me today. If that was you, any spirit guides that tried to help today, I appreciate it. Jennifer, did you make it to heaven? Can you tell us? Can you tell us what it looks like in heaven?
Yeah. Well,
All right, I think I'm going to shut off the noise reduction and try it just straight Psb7 with the speaker. See what kind of results we get. Say falling? Said something about falling. Thank you for helping us, individual. All right, I'm going to turn the noise reduction back on because it's super hard to listen to like that. All right, Jennifer. Anything else you want to say before we go? Perfect.
Rick.